Coming up on Fulton Today, this week is all about the March municipal election in the new city of South Fulton and in Roswell. We'll have the latest coming up. And members of the Atlanta Fulton delegation meet at the state capitol. We'll have the details of the dialogue between state and county leaders. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. Leadership for the new city of South Fulton and the city of Roswell become more clear thanks to the special March municipal election. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has been covering this election season. She joins us now with the very latest.
Voters who head to the polls on Election Day will be deciding on the mayor's race and 7 city council seats for the new city of South Fulton. And in Roswell, there is 1 city council seat up for grabs. Election officials expect a much higher turnout for Election Day after early voting was extremely light. If you plan on voting on March 21st, perhaps the most important advice to remember is to make sure you know which district you live in and look up your polling site beforehand. Election Day voters have to cast their ballot at their assigned polling site. And remember, some of those early voting locations are not polling sites. Now you can see which candidates are on the ballot by going to fultonelections.com, and you can go to the Secretary of State's website at mvp.sos.ga.gov. That's where you can find your polling site. And of course, we will have full Election Day coverage right here on FGTV. Reporting from downtown Atlanta, I'm Priscilla Ortega for FGTV.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Now, you may recall that during the November election, the T-Splost referendum overwhelmingly passed. Well, now it's time to pay up. The new transportation special local option sales tax rate increase is coming next week, April 1st. The sales tax rate in Fulton County outside the city of Atlanta will change from 7% to 7.75%. While T-Splost will be applied to most taxable products and services, county merchants should already be collecting the sales tax in compliance with the Georgia Department of Revenue guidelines.
So in other words, when you go buy a drink or buy food or buy products at the store, you will see a new sales tax on those products.
The Fulton County T-Splost will fund more than $570 million in transportation investments for Fulton County inside Atlanta over the next 5 years. Construction for some Phase 1 projects will begin later this summer.
For instance, in South Fulton, you'll see some resurfacing projects get built. On Fulton Industrial Boulevard, there's a couple of intersection improvement projects that are going to get built. In North Fulton, you've got several roundabouts that are going to be under construction this summer, as well as a widening of a couple of roads that in Johns Creek and both Sandy Springs. So, and we're going to have a common logo all across the county so people can see what the money is being used for, so they kind of know, hey, this is our T-Splost money at work.
For the latest T-Splost news, you can log on to the county's website at fultoncountyga.gov. Fulton leaders and commissioners meet with state legislators for a lively discussion about everything from the new city of South Fulton transition to the future of Fulton Industrial Boulevard. FGTV's Felicia Church has the story.
As you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, there's some good things that are happening in Fulton County, and we see this as an opportunity to brief you on things that we're doing in general, but also...
In a small room inside the state capitol, the Fulton Senate delegation heard firsthand from county leaders about projects and progress in Fulton County. It was a chance for both parties to update each other.
Good meeting, good dialogue with our Fulton Senate delegation. We gave a briefing on the good things that are happening with the county, thanking the senators for being great partners in terms of legislation in support of our county. We discussed some of the task forces that are in place to protect some of the most vulnerable people in our communities.
Along with hearing from Chairman Eves and Chief Operating Officer Todd Long, who provided an update on the City of South Fulton transition, County Manager Dick Anderson spoke on various topics, such as this year's strategic initiatives, health and wellness progress, and exciting news about a $1 billion investment in public infrastructure over the next few years.
$300 million of that or so is in water infrastructure, which is very much needed for capacity reasons. And then we're investing $100 million in library renovations, 24 or so locations beyond the 8 major ones that we did last year, and then another $100 million in our facilities.
With so much happening, some on the delegation praise the job county leaders have done for residents.
So I can say without reservation that Fulton is doing an extraordinary job, and I think making some great enhancements just in the last couple of years.
With the 2017 General Assembly coming to a close on March 30th, commissioners will be paying close attention this week to some of the bills still in play. Bills delegation members say they intend on pushing all the way to the final hour of this session. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you very much, Felicia. To stay up to date with the action at the state capitol during these final days of the legislative session, visit legis.ga.gov. One of the most successful and recognizable prosecution initiatives is back. The Citizens Court Watch program, often dubbed the eyes and ears of community in the court, returns Saturday, April 1st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Fulton County Courthouse.
Essentially, it's the way that community members get involved with public safety in their neighborhood. So whenever there's a crime that's occurred in their community, they're invited to come down to the courthouse to basically tell the judge why this crime is important to their neighborhood, how it's affected their quality of living.
Created by District Attorney Paul Howard, the program allows the average citizen to engage in the criminal justice system by attending court proceedings and, when deemed appropriate by the court, offer perspective regarding the impact a defendant's criminal activity has on a community.
And if they can't actually come to court, they can also write community impact statements, which allows them to write a statement that they would submit to the court, and I bring those to court and gather those and really advocate on their behalf, because a lot of community members work, but they can also get involved in that way as well.
Along with District Attorney Paul Howard, speakers at this year's event will feature representatives from Superior Court, Atlanta Police, the jail, and the Fulton County Schools Police. For information, you can send an email to courtwatch@fultoncountyga.gov. And if your child is looking to learn more about law enforcement and the justice system this summer, now is the time to act. The Marshals Department is now accepting applications for its 2017 Junior Deputy Program, taking place the week of June 12th through the 16th. Now, it's a chance for boys and girls between the ages of 12 and 16 to build superior character from leadership skills, promote good citizenship, and interest them in a law enforcement career, possibly.
We've added a few things to our program this year. The students will get to tour the Fulton County Jail, tour the Fulton County Courthouse. They will take a CPR course, and they will go out to the Fulton County Firing Range to learn about firearm safety. These are just a few of the programs we're offering throughout the week.
Applications must be submitted by the close of business on Friday, May 26th, and certain criteria must be met.
Students must be between the ages of 12 and 16 years old. They have to be residents of Fulton County, attend Fulton County schools, or have family members that are employed with Fulton County government.
For more information about the Junior Deputy Program and to access an application, log on to fultoncountymarshal.com. And still to come, the big check that will help some youngsters chase down their dreams. It's a part of our district by district coverage next. Fulton County thanks a major company for funding youth jobs, and commissioners congratulate one of their own on her silver anniversary with the board. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eves, who convenes a press conference to announce a company's significant investment to put young people to work. The chairman, along with representatives from Fulton's My Brother's Keeper program, accepted the ceremonial check from J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
It's a work readiness program where it provides high school kids with an opportunity to work in concessions at the stadiums in the metropolitan Atlanta area. So we received a check from J.P. Morgan Chase today for $200,000 that will provide an opportunity for 250 young people to work jobs later this year.
My Brother's Keeper and Juma Ventures initiated a partnership to provide job opportunities for at-risk youth last year through the county's workforce development team. This McNair High School student participated in the program and is now employed with UPS.
It's a great program for troubled youth who are here to actually better themselves and give job experience to better their life and their career.
J.P. Morgan representatives say there is a challenge in the workforce with a lack of qualified employees for the many available jobs in various fields.
We have made a long-term commitment, it's a multi-year commitment, to closing this gap. We want to help the youth gain the skills they need to get the job, and we want to help our clients on the corporate side hire those kids.
In just a year of partnership, My Brother's Keeper and Juma Ventures hired hundreds of young people with combined salaries of over $500,000. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. is joined by fellow commissioners to celebrate their longest-serving member. In a surprise move, the board wished Commissioner Emma I. Darnell both a happy birthday and a happy anniversary at the March regular meeting. Commissioner Darnell has served over 25 years as a commissioner and was given her very own special day in Fulton.
Whereas Commissioner Emma I. Darnell's longevity as an elected official has earned her the distinction of being the board's unofficial historian, providing firsthand insight, perspective, and understanding of issues that impact all citizens of Fulton County, from Bankhead to Buckhead, from Alpharetta to Palmetto.
Commissioner Darnell was first elected to the board in a special election in 1992. She initially represented District 5 until state lawmakers modified the boundary lines. She now represents District 6, which she affectionately refers to as the Mighty Six. And speaking of the Mighty Six, seniors showed they too know how to celebrate, but this time it's St. Patrick's Day style. Members of the Palmetto Neighborhood Senior Center put on their green clothes and enjoy a St. Patty's Day tradition. St. Patrick's Day, or the Feast of St. Patrick, is a cultural and religious celebration held on March 17th.
Well, it's just fun, really. It's always fun here at the center, and our director, she just makes everything so nice and pleasant for us.
I've enjoyed this day and the camaraderie with the people, and we've got a bunch of good snacks over here that I want to eat.
The traditional death date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come on Fulton Today, find out what's being done to ease concerns of a deadly disease now that temperatures are starting to rise. Stay with us. After successfully graduating from one of 2 programs at the county jail, some inmates now know how to prepare healthy meals. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn explains.
So our fresh graduate is Ms. Bell.
With family and friends watching, 21 graduates from Fulton's Cooperative Extension Food Talk program and the county jail's culinary program received certificates of completion.
Wow, to see these inmates have their family and friends here to celebrate in their moment of achievement, it goes beyond words.
During the 6-week Cooperative Extension Nutrition Program, members of the group learned how to cook meals with more fruits and vegetables and less sugar and salt. The instructor gave tips on how to reduce food costs and explained the benefits of having families eat together. Now, the 12-week culinary program at the jail taught students the basics of food preparation, safety guidelines, and meal planning. Both programs teach skills the inmates will find very useful once they are released.
Because of them going through the program, it encourages us to continue with what we do. And that's what we need. If they don't succeed, then the program doesn't work. And all the counselors working to help them, and you can see today, they're all thrilled, and so are their relatives, and we're thrilled as well.
The graduates also received a cookbook with healthy recipes so they can stay in practice. Both of these programs are ongoing at the jail, with more students already taking part in the next sessions. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
As the warmer weather starts to head our way, so too do the concerns about mosquitoes and the diseases they may carry. That's why the county will follow the same Zika prevention plan as last year. That means instead of spraying for mosquitoes in June, crews will spray a little earlier.
This year, there's no indication it's going to be better or worse, but we're planning for the worst, so we will be spraying starting in May.
The county is also coordinating when crews will larvicide. Larvicide targets larvae in breeding grounds before they can mature into adult mosquitoes. Health officials remind residents to tip and toss any stagnant water around their homes. Flower pots and bowls with water are some of the common places where mosquitoes breed. Last year, Fulton County did not have any locally transmitted Zika cases. Fulton employees recognized Red Cross Month by donating blood. During the last blood drive at the Government Center, dozens of employees rolled up their sleeves to give about a pint of blood each. The American Red Cross is the nation's largest blood collection organization, supplying approximately 40% of blood products used in the country.
The more blood donors that we can get in Fulton County, the better. We're looking on a yearly basis to get 60,000 or more a year from the Fulton County residents.
Whenever there's a blood drive, if I can donate, I try to do my part in helping save lives.
Fulton County hosts blood drives at a number of county buildings several times a year. Around 70 pints are collected each time a drive is held at the Government Center atrium. If you are able to donate, you can go to redcrossblood.org to find a blood drive near you. And when we come back, a local girl beats the Harlem Globetrotters at her own game. We'll explain. Stay with us, everybody. Registration is underway for Summer Arts Camp for kids. The summer camp is for children ages 5 to 12 years old. The students will be involved in a number of activities ranging from dance, music, acting, art, and drama. Every year, the children always enjoy practicing for their recital, which is performed at the end of the camp session.
During the day, you still have to go to work, and so to know that your child is in a safe environment, an environment where they have an opportunity to express themselves through art, is very inspiring. So we want to make sure that we have adequate programming for the kids, so when they leave at the end of the day, you know, the kids not only got something from it, but the parents know that their kids were safe and sound here at the art centers.
The camps are located at the Abernathy Arts Center, Southwest Arts Center, Aviation Community Cultural Center, Weston Performing Arts Center, and South Fulton Arts Center. And the camp runs from May 30th to June 23rd. For more information, go to fultonarts.org. And finally, the Harlem Globetrotters surprise a phenomenal little girl who's read over 2,000 books, and then she surprises them. Yeah. 2 star players awarded the Globetrotters Junior Phenom Award to Dahlia Arana at the Southeast Branch Library. Dahlia just turned 5 years old, but has already read more books than most adults. That meant instead of just the players conducting story time, Dahlia did as well.
She definitely stands out, not only you know, with the fact that she's so intelligent, and she's you know, spreading the word about literacy around, but also you know, she has a bright spirit and great energy, a beautiful smile, and I love the hair, by the way. Love the hair.
The Globetrotters decked out her hair with a new Globetrotters headband, gave her a jersey, tickets to the game, and of course, a lesson.
Well, they helped me practice. I got to spin the ball. They showed me a little bit of tricks. I got to read to them. They got to read to me.
The Globetrotters give the Junior Phenom Award to amazing kids who have traits and actions like helping others, assisting in the community, demonstrating outstanding teamwork, and being a positive role model. What a great story. Well, before we go, we want to remind you that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out anytime on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.